So let's just click over here and open up a new tab. And I'm just going to go ahead and paste in this link. So that should be in the description of this course here. And we're going to use Shopify. They've got this really nice free policies generator, which works great. And I like it. Now, you don't have to use this. This is the caveat that I'm going to put in there. Obviously, this is legal information. And so it's highly recommended whatever you put on your website as legal information be reviewed by somebody who has credentials that is capable of reviewing and giving a thumbs up on legal information. So if you do choose to use this method, please note I'm not responsible for any legal stuff on your site. This is just simply where to go and get things done. But I do recommend that you do have legal advice on any terms, policies, or anything on your website, and so have a lawyer sign off on that. So if you do choose not to use legal advice and you just choose to use it on your website, of course, then you take the responsibility yourself on that. And that's what I always tell folks if I'm helping them develop websites. I just let them know to get a legal advice on there and make sure somebody's reviewing it and they're good with it. So here's how we generate the base information for, say, terms and conditions. And Shopify has a good free little service to do that. So let's go ahead and use that. And of course, like how they say, they're not responsible for this either. And, Shopify provides this as a free service. And so that's great. And it doesn't look like they require you to sign up for an account. So I'm just gonna scroll down on this page and it says I'll skip the Shopify trial for now and just create my policy. And we just fill out our information. Now this is the information that's gonna exist on the policy. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this out. And when I'm done, and even my website, make sure you have this website uses cookies checked off because ours does. We're gonna click send me my terms and conditions. Okay, perfect. So I've go ahead and click submit. And so I come up here. And they're asking if I want to create a free trial of Shopify. Well, Shopify, that's going to be a whole nother video and training. Right now, we're using WordPress. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. And I'm going to go ahead and check my mail because that's what they said. They sent me a mail. Okay, so here's the email I was sent from them regarding my terms and conditions. So I'm going to go ahead and click on get your terms and conditions policy now. And so here is the document. I just dragged it over here and opened up in my other screen. So here's the terms of service. It's all here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to right click and I'm going to select all, or you can use this copy to clipboard feature up here. So once I have that, we're going to go back to our website. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize this window and we can close this one and we're going to go back to our website. Once we're on our website, back end here, we're going to go out of settings and we're going to click on pages. So we're going to go add new. So highlight over pages and add new. Okay. And just wait for that to come up. Okay. Now, sorry, I clicked on that a little too fast. I'm just going to click inside of this bar here. You can use the editor, the page editor, which we're going to learn how to do, or you can just paste in the raw text. So I'm going to go ahead and click paste. Whoops, I think I didn't copy from the other window. So I'm going to have to right click on this again, select all, right click, copy. Okay, and then I can minimize that again, right click on here on this window and paste. There it is. So it's all in here and it includes all the information that they need. Now, what I highly recommend doing, because this came from Shopify, is you change anything that's related to Shopify, because really it's your website. All you're doing is just borrowing some of the terminology and language. And so you want to sufficiently change this to be your terms of service. This is just a boilerplate for terms and conditions. So you want to make sure that you change this and it's really supposed to give you ideas around what you need to be writing in here. So go ahead and go through your terms and conditions, read them carefully, make appropriate changes to the way you like them, And of course, because this is not a Shopify site, you want to remove any instances of Shopify if they exist in here and change it to your own website. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So here's an example. As I was scrolling down, our store is hosted on Shopify. Well, that's untrue. So you probably want to remove this statement. And as you're going through and making this your own, so you can just highlight it and delete it, just like any other word processing program. So towards the bottom here, of course, I have, you want your email address here to have any questions. If you have a different email address you want to have that sent to, maybe for instance, say like a legal, like a email address to somebody who deals with legal issues, whatever those are, you can put it there. I'm just going to put this one because of course I would want to stick handle any inquiries that have to do with this. It's very unlikely you're going to get a person who's going to go through your terms and conditions and start disagreeing with them. But hey, it's there, and you should be able to support your customers. The address here, I've put in my address. I just put in a fake address here, but because I'm just doing this for the training video, if you don't want to put the exact address, you can always put the state or the province, I believe. So, you know, if you're in California, then you put California, USA, or if you're in British Columbia, Canada, you put that there. So again, just want to really strongly reiterate the fact that you should change this and make it your own terms and conditions. Remove any instances of Shopify on there because you're not having a Shopify site, and please have a legal counsel review this information and make sure it makes sense in case, of course, any legal issues can come out of this. Okay. And by the way, all websites should have, especially e-commerce ones, should have terms and conditions, a privacy policy, and a return policy. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click this publish button here. Okay, so that's going to publish this information. Okay, so it's done. All right. Whoops, you know what I forgot to do? I actually forgot to put the title, terms and conditions. Or you can put the and sign, whatever you want, like this, just to make it a little bit more fancier. If you like how I did it, it just put a number here. I'm just going to go ahead and change that now. Normally, it would do it itself if it had, if I had typed something in there. Right. So terms, conditions. Okay. So that's just the link to that page. So I'm going to click update again. Okay, perfect. So now we have our terms and conditions finished. I'm just going to quickly go back down to WooCommerce. I'm going to click on settings. Okay, and I'm going to go to the the checkout tab. Okay, and we're going to go back down here where it says terms and conditions, and I'm going to go ahead and select that page that I just made right here. Okay, so now we have our terms and conditions in our checkout.